you want to endeavor to be around people who bring out the best in you, who make you feel good about yourself, both professionally and personally. Minimize your time with folks that don't bring out the best in you, that you may have some issues dealing with. Although you're going to have to learn how to get along with everybody, because here it is, words of wisdom. We like to think it's about the fish. It's almost never about the fish. It's about the people, right? It's about the regulators protecting endangered species. It's about the fishermen who are paying, for a lot of us, they're supporting our work all across the board. Regulators who are setting regulations based on the work we are doing, the information we're providing to them. So we turn that around. We always used to say it's all about the fish, but in fact, it's probably all about the people.
But the biggest advantage I had was working with so many people, working in those 14 states and the Forest Service, southeastern region, and anytime you work with other people, you're going to learn something from all of them. Everybody has something to offer, so I got the opportunity to sort of nurse off of a lot of good fishery biologists, and that's probably my biggest advantage. And I see different situations all the way from Texas and Oklahoma to the trout fishers in the Appalachians. So
yeah. But so, a lot of times I think of mentor as the person that advise, graduate, study, but certainly mentoring extends beyond that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And even, later in your career, after you were established in the unit, did you still interact with people where they acted as in a mentoring capacity?
Well, once you became a colleague, it changed a little bit. Rich Noble maintained that mentoring relationship years after I finished my PhD with him, and always almost looked up to him as a father figure. I had a great dad, but my dad didn't have anything to do with my professional development, as it were.
And I came here to work with Greg Witt and Bill Childers at the Natural History Survey. Greg was very much a geneticist in the mold that I had been brought up in. Bill, however, was a bass fisherman, a serious bass fisherman, which was basically my passion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he and I had a tremendous relationship until he retired and died, a few years after that. But he, probably more than anything, got me into the fisheries aspect of what I do, and fish behavior and fishing and all of those things. He was really, he's probably the best fisherman I've met in my life, and one of the real true pioneers in bass genetics and bass conservation, really.
I wonder how many professionals in AFS or in fisheries science in general started out like you did, getting that urge at a young age just to be outdoors and to fish, but then didn't realize we could make it into a career until later in life. I didn't get that until halfway through my undergrad, that I realized that I got this internship in the summer that I really don't enjoy doing. The first thing I want to do is get out of work and go fishing.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I found a professional advisor when I was an undergrad who could help me get that education and make fisheries a career. So
Yes,
interesting.
I agree with you on that. And I think that most fisheries biologists, most fisheries professors, most whatever, are in the business because of their interest and passion about fish.
Mm-hmm.
When I started my career, I was a research biologist in Nebraska, working on the Missouri River, up on that portion of the Missouri that Nebraska shared with South Dakota, and had opportunity to interact with guys like Bob Hinton, Denny Unkenholtz, another inductee, and boy, these guys all just interacting, hanging out with them, all had an influence on the way my career went.
yeah.
Well, I had many. Probably one of my most influential was Mike Vandenabel. But you think back, and Rich Noble. I remember going to meetings, and And it was always Rich's students giving the presentations, but when you went to the hospitality suite, Rich was always there, and it was, you just sit and listen to him talk fish. It was just incredible. A lot of my contemporaries, biologists working at the same time, Scott Van Horn, good friend of mine, and really well, back in those days, he was North Carolina Wildlife Resources star. And Scott is in the Hall of Excellence. Fred Harris, Scott's boss, another tremendous leader, Hall of Excellence inductee, past AFS president. Steve Miranda, I mean, they're just, Dave Willis, just so many people that you meet over the years that you just take a little bit of everybody and kind of shape yourself along those lines. So.
Well, for grad students, and you were one of our grad students, Tyler, it's a fast track through fertile ground. Seize every opportunity you can. You're around people that have accumulated some of that knowledge, have put it into place, they can prioritize it. Mind their minds while you've got the opportunity. You're in the presence of a great place to learn and some people to guide the learning.